Hey everybody, I'm coming to you live from Phnom Penh, Cambodia, the bustling capital of this Southeastern Asian nation. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different and really phrase a story about the history of Phnom Penh because it's a city that has had so many changes and so many both beautiful and tough times throughout its past. I wanted to start here to tell the story of how Phnom Penh came to its foundation. There's an old wise tale that in the 1400s there was this lady named Pen, and she was walking along the Mekong River here outside of the city. There was a small fishing village here before. Inside the water she found the remains of four essentially Buddhist objects, parts of a Buddha, and she took that as a divine sign from the gods that Phnom Penh should become the capital of Cambodia. Before it was Angkor, the home of the Angkor Wat, which is the really epic temple complex that is just to the west of here, about 4 hours in Siem Reap. They named Phnom Penh after Miss Pen as she set the Buddhist artifacts upon a hill. The word for hill in Khmer happens to be Phnom. And so that is the foundation of what is to be considered the modern city of Phnom Penh. It wasn't until the French came in the end of the 1800s that Phnom Penh went from that small fishing village that it was to a large imperial capital for French Indochina. It was at that time that the city exploded in population and became a major trading hub for the Chinese coming down along the Mekong River and going into the Gulf of Thailand. It's important to note that when thinking about Cambodia that the people are devoutly Buddhist and that the history has never changed this. Oh, there's a cat in between my legs. That being said, I wanted to start with at a Wat, which is essentially the word for temple in Khmer and in Thai. Oh, there's a baby cat too. That being said, the Cambodians are known for their incredible Wat structures with the very, I would say what you would consider Thai style, with these very elongated roofs and very ornate senses of style. Cambodia itself is incredibly interesting as the country is quite poor, but the amount of detail and care that they've put into their Buddhist temples, making sure that they're updated and upkeeped and always clean, is something that is certainly noteworthy and something that you really feel an impression from the entire country. To continue our story, as we're walking a bit away from the Wat now, I want to show you the leftovers, the remnants of the French colonial time. You can see a lot of the better quality homes are all in the French colonial style. You can find banh mi sandwiches with baguettes. You can also find a lot of places that still use French names to sound trendy and to appeal to a more modern time. The French colonialism was nearly wiped out by a story in which I will explain at our next location. The French colonial times here in Indochina in general were both tumultuous, but also brought prosperity to a country that hadn't seen a major economy since the Angkor times and when they were a large power. Once the vacuum of the French left towards the end of World War II, there was a large movement for political change, which takes us to our next stop on our tour of Phnom Penh's history. Let's fast forward to 1970 as we're walking through a very unassuming area of Phnom Penh. Just ahead of us on the right is the location of Tuol Sleng Prison, and it was essentially a torture facility where the Khmer Rouge, which were the upstart communist party of Cambodia, carried out some of the world's worst atrocities that we as a global society have ever seen. The power vacuum created by the French led a young leader by the name of Pol Pot to come to power here in Cambodia, and his one goal was to punish the intelligent society that had created so much subjugation for his people. Once Pol Pot came into power in the late 70s, he essentially cleared out the city of Phnom Penh of all people with any sort of intelligent background. all the doctors, all the lawyers, all the teachers, all the business people were either murdered on site or sent into the fields to become laborers. And the laborers were then in turn brought back to the city to induce this idea of a communist revolution in which the working man is in control completely of the production and of the society. Behind me you can see the prison. This is the location where Pol Pot kidnapped, tortured, and murdered thousands and thousands and thousands of intelligent Cambodians. I came here originally 3 years ago to Phnom Penh to go to this prison, and I tell you, what is inside is pretty challenging to stomach. Families, friends, loved ones, all separated. Millions and millions of Cambodians murdered at the hands of a ruthless dictator with an ideology of building a better nation through cleansing, which is something very Hitler-esque, to say the least. While we can still certainly understand the history and the effects on Cambodia and what a genocide does to a people, we can certainly still feel the remnants of it today. Cambodia, compared to its neighbors, both Thailand and Vietnam, is much poorer, and you can see that there is a large lack of old people here. This is one, many young children were not able to survive the war in the 70s, but also many refugees left during the 70s and early 80s to avoid persecution by the Khmer Rouge. All of that being said, while there's lots of negative things certainly to discuss regarding the Cambodian genocide, and here we're actually standing right here in front of the Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum, I can say for one that things here in Cambodia are slowly getting better, and that modernity has definitely reached this place that was so desperate and in such dire straits for such a long period of time. Phnom Penh is now a bustling capital city of nearly 2 million people with new businesses, new families, new infrastructure. That seems that it's finally coming to the world stage as an important place to not only visit but to also work. The Cambodian people are also incredibly resilient. They're still known as the land of 10,000 smiles, much like their Thai neighbors. And even though they're definitely scarred from the past and we can't take back what's happened, they are resilient nonetheless, which gives me hope as a young person that societies can overcome years of terrible, terrible, terrible atrocities and come out not all the better for it, but come out unified and one and looking to the future. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty challenging to recreate a happy vibe within this vlog, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat you guys to a nice Cambodian meal to show off the beautiful culture that they still have here and the delicious flavors that are just lurking around the corner. I just walked like, I don't know, 6 minutes away from the genocide area, and we found some amazing food. So let me show you what we got. We have a roasted pork, kind of banh mi sandwich. We got some greens, some cucumbers, and a little bit of chili. We've got a little side thing, very similar to what they had in Kampot. We've got cucumbers, chili, and it's like pickled stuff. And then to wash it all down, we've got a Yao's lychee drink. So, cheers. Normally I have my tripod, but it broke on me, so today we're going full hands. So, let's see how this tastes. I have to say, it may sound terrible, but I actually prefer the banh mi sandwiches in Cambodia for what I've had in Vietnam. The flavors are a lot more like, I guess, the sandwiches that we're used to having. So they have the delicious roast pork, little pickle on top, we got some butter in there, little hot sauce. It's like absolutely the perfect sandwich. So I'm gonna absolutely devour this. I might even have a second one. We'll see how it goes. I'm very excited to taste the lychee drink. If you haven't had a lychee before, typical Japanese kind of and Southeast Asian kind of fruit. It tastes kind of like a very sweet pear mixed with like roses. Oh, this is great. It's just like lychee water with the essence of lychee. There's no bubbles or anything. Absolutely delicious. Before we get out of here, I wanted to show you guys the menu. So here's what I had. 3,500, that's like 90 cents. And so this is very similar to what you would get in Thailand or in China for that matter. It's roasted duck, roasted pork. We have some pork innards here, served alongside rice. And this is the Cruosear T Kivai. Not an easy restaurant to say, but a tasty restaurant nonetheless. So here we've got some hanging ducks. We have my boy here. He's basting. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ducks. So there you go. Look at the master go. The master. Looking great, man. Now that we've learned some history and eaten some food, let's go to a super local market. A new pro tip I've learned while traveling in Asia is getting around. So the tuk-tuks you can see here. Tuk-tuk. Pretty much anywhere you go, Bangkok, Phnom Penh. We don't have them in Vietnam. We have motorbikes, but still, if they're not on an app, they're going to rip you off. It's 100% going to happen. So they're going to give you a price. It's going to be like, I don't know, 3 times what it should cost. You're going to negotiate them down to about 2 times what it should cost, and then they're going to take you somewhere. So it doesn't really make a difference if it's only $3. You get them down to $2. I know if you're on a vacation, whatever. But if you use apps like Grab, and here they have something called Pass App that you can rent tuk-tuks, you can rent motorbikes, you can rent taxis. Not only can you save yourself a lot of money, but it guarantees that the driver also has an internet connection to make sure that he knows exactly where you want to go. I've had many times where I get on the back of some dude's motorbike and he doesn't know where he's taking me. So if you want to prevent that, it's often good to use an app. You can save yourself money, save yourself time, and certainly save yourself some frustration. Another fun thing to note is that all signs in Cambodia are more or less sponsored by one of the 3 large beer companies of Cambodia. So you have Gonsberg, you have Anchor, and last but not least, you have Cambodia beer, which is a very important one. Oh, and you have Angkor. So you have Anchor and Angkor. So pretty much, I'll show you another one that's every sign, some sort of beer. Also, as we're walking over, I want to take mention to the Cambodian flag. One of the coolest flags in the world by far. You have the same colors as Thailand with the blue and the red, and then here in the middle, they actually have a picture of the Angkor Wat, which is the ancient temple complex in Siem Reap in the western part of the country. This is a big one, Cambodia. Premium beer. After a very ill-advised 15-minute walk in the 98-degree sun, I have arrived at Bong Kang Kang. Oh, sorry for that pronunciation. Market. Let's go see what's inside. How do you pronounce this? Bong Kang Kang Market. Let's go. The goal is to find 2 interesting food things to try. This is the salon section. So we've got ladies getting their hair did, as it were. Hello. All right, very honor. Susadeh. All right, now we're coming in. There we go. Normally in Asian markets, you can find just about everything you're looking for. It doesn't necessarily need to be like a product. You can get like anything in the world. You can get your hair done, you can buy like an animal. Oh, there's a cat there. You can get religious equipment, you can sing karaoke, you can do it all. It's got a little busy here. In the women's clothing section now. Susadeh. Fun fact, Susadeh means hello in Khmer. It's the only word I know besides Alkum, which means thank you. I don't assume they get a lot of tourists in this market. This was not on the tourist guide. Got some small duck shoes, just in case you need them. Everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy. I feel kind of crazy. Maybe it's just me. It is like 1,000,000 degrees in here. Ooh. Musen mit dem Schlimmsten. That's not any German that I know. Maybe they meant Schlimmsten. Could be. Oh, here we go. Full on Salon. This is the boiled barbecue on a stick section. We've got liver and all this other good stuff. Fried wontons. Susadeh. We got some cauliflower. Buy something. I don't need any of this, thank you. Oh, some sausages too. All right. Today, got some spring rolls, some fried egg rolls, got some noodles, some fresh chili down here. Got everybody. All right, Susadeh. All right. People are smiling, half the people are frowning, half the people are doing something. They're looking at me suspiciously. I like it. What is this? Oh, these are really good. Oh, these are little, what are they called? Rice paper pancakes. I'm gonna buy one. Give me a second. You say this in Khmer. How you say name? This one. What's the name? Num Kuchang. Okay, Num Kuchang. Alright, I've got here some Num Kuchang. I've got the pancake. Here it is. Oh, I think I'm in the way. We got some chili situation, and I am gonna give it a shot. Alright, here we go. Oh. Super good. It's like a glutinous rice pancake with scallions. Oh, that's awesome. It's really crispy on the outside, very savory, and a little spicy, but honestly one of the best things that I've eaten, I think, anywhere in Cambodia so far. Definitely gonna get another one. Now my second stop for street food situation. We've got a small, I think these are scallion. They're very similar maybe, but they're like, I would say they're like puffertjes, what they have in the Netherlands, but they're little scallion balls. And then they have this, which I originally thought would be like a coconut something, but I smell it, and it smells a lot like garlic. So I'm seeing this lady do it. The way the lady does it, she's got the scallion balls and she's putting them in the sauce. So gotta give this a try. I am sweating. It is like 1,000,000 degrees in here because they have the tin roofs. So very fun. And here you can see all the ladies. You take your ball, you put it, it's hollow, as you can see. You put it in the thing, you give it a mash around, and then we're gonna give it a shot here in a second. It's very hard. All right, now we've got a nice spoonful of this. So let's give it a shot. Super crispy and velvety on the inside. The sauce is very sweet and salty with a little garlic flavor. Really, really, really nice. Two things so far. I've paid 75 cents for everything that I've eaten. Oops, sorry. And I want to keep showing you guys a very interesting food here. So we got some frogs cooking over charcoal. Very interesting. All right, she's flipping them. There she goes. So today, we have these large pancakes. In Vietnam, they have something called banh xeo, which is a large, like, kind of turmeric spiced pancake. And here, you can see, very, very, very similar. All right, let's keep walking around. So we've got something I've never seen. Oh, I think these are black turnips, but all kinds of fresh vegetables. Some pickled cabbage. Got some crabs. Got some fish. It is legitimately 9 million degrees in there. I am sweating. Oh my god. Today. I have a feeling they don't get a lot of tourists in this market because they're looking at me like very confused, happily confused. In a lot of Asia, they don't have the requirement to have refrigerated meat markets, so you can see literally all parts of the animal here. And typically they sell out during the day, but you know, it has this smell that I can't really explain. It's just, I don't know, I feel like if people endured this smell, I think they'd eat less meat. That's my honest opinion. This stuff, it looks pretty benign, but it is rotting fish paste that they then grind. Sometimes there's shrimp in there too, and they use for various applications like to make sauces and stuff. It is the worst smell of anything I've ever personally smelled that's come from a food. Even worse than garbage, honestly. But you know, it is kind of delicious in a weird, really, really weird way. Here we have the sewing section. Today. Sewing section. So ladies, today. Hello. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, we got a massage parlor. We got ladies doing their nails. Really, if you ever want to just come to Asia, the best way to experience it is in a local market. Really, avoid the touristy markets just because, you know, they have a lot of like souvenirs and stuff. Souvenirs are fine. I mean, if you want to get souvenirs, you can get souvenirs. But that being said, if you want a really nice local experience to see what other people, you know, what the people are actually doing, this is definitely the place to do it. I'm lost. I'm lost. The thing with the markets is you just go in circles and circles and circles, and it all looks the same, and you get stuck. Oh my gosh. I had to get out of the market. It's like 9 million degrees in there. What's up, my man? How are you? All right, I'm trying to make a video. It's like 9 million degrees in there, and honestly, if you really want to taste the flavors of a country, anywhere by the market, you know, that's like the center of tourism. It's the not the center of tourism, the center of local culture. And so here, for example, we've got drying little drying fermenting shellfish. I don't even know what you use these for. Does anybody know what you use those for? I'm now close to other good-looking street food. Here you go. Today. These little sausages are very, very popular. And fish. I can take any more heavy food. I'm trying to find something light, like a nice sweet ender to the day. Can we find it? Our last stop of the day, I found a smoothie purveyor. Smoothies are the best way to get over the immense heat that's in Asia. But first, I want to show you the last thing. Can I pick this up? Can I hold? This is an avocado in Cambodia. Have you ever seen an avocado this big? I have never seen a dinosaur egg-sized avocado until I came to Myanmar a few years ago. And they're pretty delicious, but it's like literally like a kilo of avocado, so it's impressive. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'm definitely not going to take this with me, but fair enough. Like and subscribe for more content like this. Oh, she's turning on her car to make the smoothie. And thank you guys for watching. Cheers.